My assignment insulted the professor on purpose. I was never the loud one in class. I sat near the window, showed up on time, turned in my work early, and left without much noise. Straight A's didn't make me popular, but they made me useful. People knew I understood the material, and I didn't mind helping. When classmates asked for my assignments, I shared them, with one condition. Take inspiration, I always said. Don't copy. Most people respected that. Some didn't. Assignments circulated, screenshots traveled, paragraphs were reworded. I knew that. It was the cost of being helpful. But one student didn't even pretend to try. I found out when my assignment was flagged for plagiarism. The university used an internal portal that compared submissions automatically. One afternoon, I got an email asking me to report to the professor's office. When I walked in, another student was already there, sitting stiffly, eyes fixed on the desk. The professor explained that 2 assignments were nearly identical. I wasn't worried at first. I had drafts, notes, timestamps. Then the other student spoke. Calm, confident, convincing. He said he had written the assignment first and shared it with me to help me understand the topic. He said he was surprised, disappointed even, to see his work submitted under someone else's name. The room shifted. The professor didn't accuse either of us outright. Instead, he chose the safest route. 0 marks for both, a warning on record, a lecture about academic integrity. But fairness on paper doesn't protect reputation. People whispered. The quiet student who always had answers suddenly became the one who copied. I didn't argue, I didn't make a scene, I adapted. For the next major assignment, I wrote my draft exactly as I always did. Clear structure, clean arguments, careful citations. Then, deep in the middle of the document, where only someone copying blindly would ever go, I added a few lines. Not hidden, not subtle, just unmistakable if you were actually reading. Lines like, if you're reading this, you have a bobblehead for brains. And later, the reader of this paper doesn't know how to tie his shoelaces. Anyone using the assignment as inspiration would see it immediately. Anyone copying would not. I shared that draft. Then I rewrote my entire assignment from scratch, changed the structure, adjusted the arguments, and submitted a clean version. No traps, no jokes, just solid work. A week later during class, the professor paused mid-lecture. He asked someone to step outside. It was him. Same student, same seat, but none of the confidence. Class resumed in awkward silence. No announcement, no explanation. When he came back, his head was down, eyes fixed on the floor like he was trying to disappear into it. I didn't need details. I knew exactly what the professor had read. After that, I kept helping people the same way I always had, explaining concepts, walking through ideas, answering questions. But my assignments were never flagged again. I didn't need revenge. I needed accuracy. Some people don't learn from rules. They learn from reading what they weren't supposed to submit. And sometimes the quietest students don't raise their voice. They just change the text.